She sat inside one yellow Korope bus for just 2 hours and her bum started scratching her like she sat on hot pepper. The road wasn't rough, the bus just had mood swing. One man at the back shouted, "Driver, na transport I pay for, no be gym abeg." The conductor kept shouting, "Oshodi last, if you no get change, no enter o," while using his bare hands to fan off heat on his body. Ada knew she had entered Lagos. The bus dropped her at Ojata, and the air smelled like sweet suya and silent frustration. Everywhere was noisy. Hawkers selling bread like it was shares in Dangote Group. The sun, it was beating people like it was sent on assignment. Ada's eyes opened like window that refused to close during rainy season. That wasn't the Lagos she saw on Instagram. Before all this, Ada was living comfortably in Owerri with just her best friend. She worked in a school where she taught little kids who she jokingly called her small problems. But Ada wanted more. She believed Lagos was where soft life happened, where people went to parties, made fast money, and took fine pictures at fancy places. So she packed her bags and told her friend, "I need to enter where things are happening. Lagos fits my lifestyle," she said. But Lagos, as always, had its own plan. The first wahala came in form of a house agent who smiled like a thief in disguise. He showed her a room and called it a palace of gold. But when Ada stepped in, the place looked like where even rats would reject. The ceiling leaked, the paint was peeling, and if you stretched your legs, you could knock the door open with your foot. The next day, another agent with tight trousers and dry lips took her to a success apartment in Ikorodu. When they arrived, the so-called success apartment looked like the toilet of a haunted house. The door had no lock, the windows were missing, and the compound had more goats than tenants. "Is this a prank?" Ada said. "Aunty na rush house be dis o. If you no pay now, another person go take am," he said without blinking. After 2 weeks of trekking, Ada finally settled for a room that looked like a storage for broken dreams. At night, the mosquitoes would hold concerts, and in daytime, her neighbors would fight and shout over bucket and soap. One evening, Ada decided to stroll down the street to buy biscuits and water to cool her head. That's when she saw him. Tunde, dark-skinned, tall, with a car that sparkled like it just returned from Canada. He said he was a businessman with several houses and 3 Benz cars. Ada believed him. After all, his shirt smelled like imported dollars. Finally, she thought, this is the Lagos I was looking for. And for the first time in weeks, she smiled softly. A few days later, she went to Mama Ojo's shop, her favorite spot to buy food, even though the rice sometimes looked confused. She always called the food jollof anyhow with bonus stew. As she was eating, she looked up and saw Mama Ojo grabbing Tunde by his trousers. "Oga, pay for the food you have been eating since 2 weeks now. If you no get money, no come here again." Ada almost dropped her spoon. She couldn't believe her eyes. The man that said he had millions had been eating on credit. Her heart sank like spoon inside bucket water. Tunde was just a driver using his boss's car to form big boy. That night, Ada sat outside her room looking at the sky and forcing the leftover food into her mouth. She opened her phone, went to Instagram and posted, "Please guys, I think I'm in the wrong Lagos. How do I find the right one?" Not even 1 minute later, a lady named Sandra sent her a message. "Hey girl, meet me tomorrow at Tantalizers." The next day, Ada met Sandra. Fine girl, dressed neat, hair well done, nails looking fresh. Her bag smelled like expensive perfume. Ada followed Sandra home, expecting to see a big house with a fridge full of imported drinks and maybe even a swimming pool. But to her surprise, Sandra was living in one small room with 6 other girls. It looked like a girls' hostel mixed with Lagos hustle. Ada was confused. "Wait oh, what exactly do you do?" she asked. Sandra smiled and said, "At night, we go to club to pick money. You wear a short gown, stand where the big men are, and act fine. No rush oh, just look sharp. Pick money with style, don't let anybody catch you." Later that night, they went to a club called The Blues. The moment Ada entered, her mouth opened. The place was shining with light. Music was shaking the building, and perfume mixed with smoke filled the air. It was like a different world. Big men were spraying money like rain. Some were old enough to be someone's grandfather, but they were dancing like they just won the lottery. And the girls, wahala. Almost all of them had big bum bum. Ada turned left, bum. She turned right, bigger bum. It was like a festival of nyash. Sandra pointed at one girl in red and said, "That's Spin Badi. Her backside fit block express road." Even the classy looking girls, the one wearing long gowns and designers bag, were not left out. Most of them also came to pick money, sharp girls. Then the funniest part happened. After the club, Sandra and her friends carried Ada to a fine hotel in Lekki. Ada was happy. She thought they came to eat. But no, these girls went straight to the toilet. Not even the room, just the hotel toilet that looked very clean and fine, with big mirrors and shining lights. Before Ada could ask what was happening, the girls brought out phones, tripods, and ring lights. It was like a movie shoot. Sandra adjusted her wig and shouted, "Take it from the left, my good side, Biko." Ada stood there hungry and confused. One girl even wrote Instagram caption, "Soft life or nothing. Woke up in a Lekki hotel, booked it for peace of mind." But in reality, not even a bottle of water was ordered. It was all for the gram. Ada shook her head and laughed. Lagos na cruise. At that point, Ada was tired. Not tired like "let me rest." Tired like "I need to leave." The next morning, she packed her bags quietly and went to the park. As she was waiting for her bus, she saw a white woman selling pure water in traffic. Ada's eyes widened. She looked at the woman, looked at the sachet water, and just shook her head slowly. Ah, even Oyibo dey hustle for Lagos. No be dis Lagos I ordered o. She entered her bus and closed her eyes. Sandra adjusted her wig and shouted,